actually a Satanist high priest, so he did all kinds of evil things. He sexually assaulted me. He took me to satanic rituals. My father actually used me as a baby breeder, which means I was impregnated to carry a child so that the Satanists would have a baby to sacrifice to the devil in their satanic rituals. As soon as I was able to have a baby, I was pregnant.
The abuse in Nancy's home continued throughout her adolescence. Her babies were delivered by midwives, and there was no record of their births. By her late teens, Nancy knew she had lost 10 children to satanic sacrifice.
And so if I were out of school for weeks or months on end, my parents could call the school and there was no big deal. There was never an investigation.
The guy who was cutting him open like this, like possibly he was eating the entrails or drinking the blood of this little boy. And when this little boy died, a demon was summoned, and it appeared to look like some sort of black mist that congregated in the center of the room, like right underneath the giant chandelier in the middle of the table. And at first I thought it was black smoke, but it was not smoke. I don't remember what it smelled like, but they were summoning some sort of satanic demon. And it basically just grew and grew and grew until the entire room was filled with this black mist darkness. From there, I woke up in another room, which was very dim and dark. It had black and white checkered floors, and there were children chained to the floor around me. I was chained to the floor, and there was a child who was chained up to my left-hand side, and I'm 100% certain this child was dead. While I was in this room, I could hear other children being tortured and screaming, and I tried to block it all out of my head while I was chained to the floor. I tried to hide in a compartment of my brain to just sort of block it out, like this can't be happening, this cannot be happening. Another thing that happened while I was in this dim, like torture room was there was a baby or a toddler that was chained up to the wall, and someone in a robe came in and stabbed him in the head to kill him.
Seen loads of babies killed there, just newborn babies, or aborted ones which were only small, 4-year-olds, any age really.
Did they ever say they might kill you?
They threatened to kill my little girl, who, when I left, was still at the house.
A friend?
Huh?
What little girl?
My little girl, Alex. She's about 4 now.
You mean you had a child?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had that child?
11.
Motherhood at the age of 11.
Never talked about
But
it.
from what Teresa told her mother, it wasn't the only pregnancy.
We think about 7 or 8 times. It's hard to say. It was constantly happening from the time she was capable of being pregnant.
What happened to the pregnancies, to the babies?
They were aborted by my nan or by one of the doctors at the house.
There were doctors there at that house?
Yeah, there was 2, I think. Yeah, and a nurse.
What would happen to the fetuses, the unborn babies?
They used to be taken away most of the time, and one time baby was taken out of me and then killed in front of me because it was still alive.
And then, what would happen?
Well, after they killed it, they would eat it. But we were also made to eat it.
You were made to eat your own fetus?
Yeah.
You have explained to us that there was human sacrifice that went on inside of the Satanic Church and inside of Satanic ritual. Can you tell us how this was done?
How did they murder people? All the children's posters that you see that are missing, they're pretty much dead. They have underground caverns in the mountains, and they keep the children and the kids and the women and men there. And then at a certain time in mid-September, October, they take them out and they sacrifice babies and nothing but babies because they need the pure blood of the untainted children. And I didn't understand what it was like. I just can't believe I'm seeing this. Every year of my life, I've experienced that. And that was the hardest part for me, is like hearing those babies literally scream and cry. And then seeing their blood flow. It was horrible.
Rebecca, where did they get the babies?
Yeah, they have mothers that are expecting, that they hold in the church, and they also have people that they kidnap and they impregnate them through whatever, and they get babies from everywhere.
Why is it that no one knows this?
Because there's Satanists in the police force and also in the government, the army. They're everywhere. They're even on the council of the representatives of the United States also. And they're silenced because this is not being exposed, because they don't want it to be exposed, because they're really good at lying and hiding things.
Rebecca, what happens to the people that want to come out of Satanism?
They get killed. They get followed. They get taken. They get sacrificed in front of the congregation of the Satanic Church.
Why?
Because they know too much information about the Satanists and who their names and places of where they keep the people underground, and they just know too much information. It's like being in a gang or in a mafia. You don't get out alive without consequences.
In my former life, I was an insider as much as anybody else. And I knew what it's like, and I still know what it's like to be an insider. It's not bad. It's not bad. Now I'm being punished for leaving the special club and revealing to you the terrible things that are going on having to do with our country. Because I used to be part of the club, I'm the only one that can fix it.
You don't get out alive